Okay, let's take a look at 2020 O-Level Paperwork 2, okay, question 1A. Okay, 2x plus 1 over 2 is greater than or equals to 5 minus 4x over 3. So, okay, let's write down the question first. 2x plus 1 over 2 greater than or equals to 5 minus 4x over 3. Okay, so the first thing that irritate me a little bit is the fraction. So how can I remove the fraction? I cross multiply the 3 and the 2. Okay, so it will look like this. 3 goes to the left hand side, 2x plus 1 greater than or equals to 2 goes to the right hand side, 2 minus 4x. Next, expand in the 3 and the 2. So distribute in the 3, we'll have 6x plus 3 greater than or equals to 10 minus 8x. Right, distribute the 2 as well. Okay, so then group up the x and the numbers, x on the left, numbers on the right, negative 8x, right? So sign follows the term, right? So negative 8x shifts to the left hand side, that will be positive, so that will be 14x. Positive 3 shifts over to the right hand side, so that will be 10 minus 3, so that is 7. 14x is greater than or equals to 7, x must be greater than or equals to 7 over 14, which is equivalent to half, right? So x is greater than or equals to half. Okay, B. Solve the simultaneous equation, okay? 6x minus 3y equals to 16, equation 1. 9x plus 2y equals to 11. Consider the numbers, okay? I think we can make x the same, right? Because they are multiples of 18. Okay, they have a common multiple of 18. So that is multiplied by 3. So 18x minus 9y equals to 48. Okay, and this one multiplied by 2. 18x plus 4y equals to 22. Okay, I'm going to choose a minus, right? So 18x minus 18x, 18x will be gone. Negative 9y minus positive 4y, so that will be negative 13y. 48 minus 22, that is 26. So negative 13y equals to 26. Y equals to negative 2. Okay, now since I got y equals to negative 2, this is one of my answer, right? Okay, so y equals to negative 2 down here. So sub y equals to negative 2 to in any of the equation, right? 1, 2, 3, or 4, right? Either of the either one of the four of the equation. So I'm going to choose the simplest. I will probably choose 9x plus 2 bracket y equals to 11. So 9x minus 4 equals to 11. 9x equals to 15. X equals to 15 out of 9. Simplest form 1 whole 6 out of 9. 1 whole 2/3. Okay, 1 whole 2/3. Right, so this one is our next answer. C. Expressed as a single fraction in its simplest form. Okay, x over 3 minus 2x squared minus 5 over 3 minus 2x. So no tricks down here. This denominators, they look very similar, okay, but they are not exactly the same, as this one consists of a square. The second one is just 3 minus 2x. So the key idea of subtracting fractions is to make sure that addition or subtraction of fraction is to make sure that the denominator is the same. So we are going to introduce 3 minus 2x to the second term as well. Okay, so that will be 3 minus 2x over 3 minus 2x squared. That will make the denominator the same. Now, then we can combine the numerator. Okay, so that will be x minus 5 bracket 3 minus 2x. Okay, common mistake is people always miss out the bracket. Now, when we want to expand, when we want to subtract the term, okay, the bracket is super important, especially if it's a minus sign, because the minus sign will change the sign of all the terms that is following it. Okay, so that is equals to x minus 15 plus 10x over 3 minus 2x squared. So that is equals to 11x minus 15 over 3 minus 2x squared. Okay, D. A to the power of 9 over 27 b to the power of 15 to the power of negative 1/3 equals 2. So when we see the negative sign, right, we can change it into positive, right? So just change the negative sign to a positive sign. What will happen is that it will flip the entirety of the bracket. So this is what I will get, a power 9. Okay, so now this power 1/3 is going to affect all the terms that is inside, which is 27, b15, as well as a9, right? Now, power affect power by multiplication. So that is very straightforward, okay? We'll get b to the power of 5 over a to the power of 3, okay? Right, because 15 times 1/3, that's 15 divided by 3. Okay, 9 divided by 3 equals to 3. 15 divided by 3 is equals to 5. So we get b5 and a3. Most of the time, people will make this careless mistake of taking 27 times 1/3. Now, the power of 1/3 is different from times 1/3. So 27 to the power of 1/3 is going to be equals to 3. You can always use your calculator to double check the solution, okay, when it comes to a power of a number. So 3b5 over a cubed is our final answer. E. Simplify 4x squared minus 16 over 3x squared plus x minus 10. So 4x squared minus 16 over 3x squared plus x minus 10. Now, one of the more common mistakes that people say when coming to factorizing this is that they do this 2x plus 4, 2x minus 4. Now, this is a right concept, okay, but you miss out something very important, is that 4x squared minus 16 actually has a common factor of 4. So common factor should be taken out at, in the first step instead of just going straight into a squared minus b squared. So we have 4x squared minus 4 over 3x squared plus x minus 10. Okay, now the bottom part, right, is a factorization by cross factorization. Okay, so now equals to 4 bracket x plus 2 x minus 2 over, okay, so you can do a cross factorization for this part, 3x squared 3x x 3x squared. Okay, you want to get positive x, so that will be 5 and 2. Negative 10, so you need negative 5, right? Okay, so you get 6x, negative 5x, so you end up with positive x. So that will be 3x minus 5 over x plus 2. Okay, so then this sort of question, right, the logic is always that we must be able to cancel off something, otherwise the question will feel weird. So that will be 4x minus 2 over 3x minus 5. Okay, so nothing else we can simplify, so that is just our final answer. Okay, question 2. Holiday Club is open for a morning session, afternoon session for 5 days each week. Each child attends every day for either the morning session or the afternoon session. The child attending are split into 3 groups, P, Q, and R. Matrix H shows the number of children in each group in week 1. Matrix B shows the number of boys in each group. Find the number of girls attending the afternoon session of group Q. Okay, so the focus over here is on, okay, the girls attending the afternoon session in Q. So Q afternoon section, we have total 16 people because matrix H is the number of children. Okay, B shows the number of boys. So there are 9 boys. So 16 total, 9 boys. So then the first question will just be 16 minus 9. equals to 7. All right. Okay, reading on. Each child is charged a fee for each session. The session fee is $30 for group P, $26 for group Q, and $24 for group R. Represent the fees in a 3 by 1 column matrix F. Okay, so 3 by 1 means row 3, column 1, right? So it will look like this: row 1, row 2, row 3, column 1. So that will be 30, 26, and 24. Okay, evaluate the matrix M equals to HF. HF, so that will be 10, 14, 12, 16, 16, 20 multiplied by 30, 26, 24. Now, when doing matrix, always find out what is the end result that you are having. This is a 2 by 3 matrix. This is a 3 by 1. So that means your end result is a 2 by 1 matrix. All right. So the 2 by 1 matrix will look like this. Okay. Row 1, row 2, column 1. Okay. So this is row 1, column 1, meaning we are going to take row 1 multiply by column 1. Okay, that will give me row 1, column 1. So 10 times 30 plus 12 times 26 plus 16 times 24. Okay, next one will be row 2, column 1, right? So that will be 14 times 30 plus 16 times 26 plus 20 times 24. Okay, so that will be equals to 10 times 30 plus 12 times 26 plus 16 times 24. Okay. Okay, 996. Right, so sorry, just checking. And then we have 14 times 30 plus 16 times 26 plus 20 times 24. 1316. Answer. Okay. State what each element of matrix M represents. Okay, so M will represent the daily fees collected, okay, for morning and afternoon session in week 1 respectively. Okay, calculate the total amount taken in fees by the club in 1 week. Okay. Okay, so total amount in 1 week, so that will be 996 plus 1316 multiplied by 5, right? That's all. So 1316 plus 996 times 5. Okay, 11560. Okay. In week 2, the number of children attending the club changes. The number of children attending group P increases by 50%. Number of children attending group Q increased by 50%. Number of children attending group R decreased by 25%. Calculate the percentage change in the amount in the fees from week 1 to week 2. Alright. Okay, so if the number, well, so this one doesn't need matrices. Okay, so we just take a look. So the total in the morning in group P increased by 50%. Okay, so P will be from, okay, P new will be equals to 15, Q new would be equals to 18, and R new will be equals to 12. Okay, so the amount of fee that were collected will be 15 times 30 plus 18 times 26 plus 12 times 24. Okay, this is 450. 18 times 26, 468. 12 times 24, 288. Total plus 450 plus 468 equals to 1206. Oh, okay. Then the afternoon, this is the morning session, right? This is the morning. Okay. Then the afternoon. Okay. P new would be 21. Okay. Q new would be 16 to 24. 24 times 26. R new would be 15. Okay, this is 630, 624, 360. 1614. Okay, so 5 times 1614 plus 1206. Okay, 14100. Okay, but the question is the percentage change from week 1 to week 2. So percent change will be equals to 14100 minus 11560 over 11560 times 100%. Okay, that will be equals to 00 minus 11560 divided by 11560 times 100%. Okay, so 21.972. So that will round off to 22.0%. Okay, let's take a look at question 3. All right, give your answer correct to one decimal place. This one should be easy, right? Because we just have to sub in x equals to 7. So part 1, y will be equals to 2, 7 plus 6 over 7 minus 9. Okay, so 2 bracket 7 plus 6 over 7 minus 9, right? Give your answer correct to one decimal place. So that will be 5.9. Okay, now on the grid, let's plot the points 0.5 and 4. All right, so 0.5 and 4. Okay, 1 and negative 1. Okay, 1.5 and negative 2. 2 and negative 2. Okay, 3 and negative 1. Okay, 4 and 0.5. Okay, 5 and 2.2. Okay, 6 and 4. 7 and 5.9. Okay, so graph will look something like this. All right. Okay, that's all. Use your graph. Okay, use your graph to find the solutions of 2x plus 6 over x equals to 10. So 2x plus 6 over x equal to 10. Now you realize that how am I going to use your graph? Your graph is y equals to 2x plus 6 over x minus 9. Okay, so how can I make this my graph? So you notice that this is actually very similar already, right? Over here, I'm just lacking a minus 9. So that means if I were to minus 9 and minus 9 to my left and the right hand side, then my left hand side becomes the graph, and then I can use it. So I need my graph to be equals to 1. Well, my graph equals to 1 is y equals to 1. So I'm looking at over here. So what's the intersection over here? This is somewhere 0 0.5, 0 0.6, 0 0.7. So it's roughly 0 0.7. Okay, and then here would be 4.3. Okay. On the grid in part B, draw the line 3y equals to 2x minus 3. Okay, 3y equals to 2x minus 3. I'm going to manipulate the equation a little bit into y equals to 2/3 x minus 1. Okay, so what I did is just divide by 3 throughout. Now, in order to draw the line, what do I need? I need points. Okay, so I will create a table to record some points. Okay, how many points do we need? We only need 3 points. Okay, to draw a straight line, x and y. Now, some things to consider, right? Okay, we like the value of 0, because 0, anything 0 will just get rid of anything that has x in it. So 2/3 times 0 minus 1, y is -1. Now, for the next two values, I'm going to choose 3 and 6. Why 3 and 6? Because the 2/3 x, right? There's a 2/3, there's a divide by 3 factor down there. Okay, so 2/3 times 3, okay, that will be equals to 2. 2 minus 1 equals to 1. 2/3 times 6, that is equals to 4. 4 minus 1 equals to 3. Okay, so let's plot the points. Let's use purple. All right, so 0, -1. Okay, 3 and 1. Okay, and 6 and 3. 6 and 3 is over here. So I can draw a straight line through. Okay, passes through all 3 points. Okay, excellent. Okay, now they say write down the x coordinate where the line intersect the curve. Okay, so intersect the curve over here. This is roughly 5.1 and this is roughly 0.9. Okay, so that is 0.9, 5.1. Okay, so the last part, right? These values of x, right? These values of x refers to the solution. Are the solutions to the equation of another equation whereby the equation is equals to 0. Find the values of a and b. Now, since the solution is my intersection, so my original equation, y equals to 2x plus 6 over x minus 9, right, must be the same, okay, as the other equation of y equals to 2/3 x minus 1. Only when these two are equal, these two will produce a new graph like this. Okay, that's what it means, right? So 2x plus 6 over x minus 9 equals to 2/3 x minus 1. Now, multiply by x and multiply by 3 throughout. I'll get 6x squared plus 18 minus 27x equals to 2x squared minus 6x. Okay, sorry, 3x. Okay, minus 3x. Okay, bring over 4x squared minus 24x plus 18 equals to 0. Now, note that this is 2x squared, so I divide by 2. So 2x squared minus 12x plus 9 equals to 0. Therefore, A equals to negative 12, B equals to 9. Okay. So question 4. ABCD is a part of horizontal ground crossed by a path AC. Okay, A is due north of D, right? AB equals to all the informations down there, right? Angle ADC is obtuse. This is important, okay, I believe, right? Later on, there's a reason why they tell us that ADC is obtuse. Show that AC equals to 1060, correct to 3SF. Okay, so they want us to find AC. Okay, so we can see that there's two triangles, right? So we have to think which angle to start off the question with. Should I start off with the triangle number 1, or should I start off with triangle number 2? Okay, and this is obviously, right, trigonometry. Okay, further trigo, cause no right angle. Okay, so the most obvious one is probably to start off with angle ABC. I mean triangle ABC. Why? Because there's more information. We have two sides and an angle in between. So to find AC, right, that is our unknown length. Two side angle in between, cosine rule. Cosine rule, this is the A, this is the A, right? Okay, in the formula. So cosine rule is A square equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine A, right? Substitute in the values, A square, or rather AC square is equals to 660 square plus 950 square minus 2 660 950 cosine 80. So AC equals to square root, right, of the 660 square plus the 950 square minus 2 660 950 cosine 80 equals to, okay, 1058.463, which rounds off to 1060 3SF shown. Okay, calculate the bearing of D from C. Okay, so this is our north, right? So from C, right? Okay, from C, try to draw a north. Okay, goes out of point. Right. Okay, never mind. So this is our north. Okay, from C, I'm going to turn until D. So I want up to here, right? So if you notice, okay, so what do we need to see down here, right? Is that, okay, we have some missing angles. Okay, we need to find. Okay, so next thing I check, oh, 3 marks. So 3 marks, maybe we need to find something else. Am I right? Okay, let's see what will help me to find this easily. So actually, if I knew what is this angle, okay, then I will be able to know what is this angle, okay, and then it will help me to solve my problem, right? Okay, so in order to find out what is this angle, I first can find out what is this angle. Okay, actually, if I knew what was this angle, then I would have an alternate angle down here, okay, whereby this angle is the same. Okay, so that is the process, right? So I'm going to find out what is this angle. Okay, so now knowing that this is 1060, okay, or 1058.46, okay, we can use the sine rule, right? So sine 24 with 480, this angle is to the 10580 angle ADC. Okay, so I want to solve for angle ADC. I can solve for angle ADC by using sine rule. So sine angle ADC, okay, unknown I like to put at the top left hand, against 1058.46 is equals to sine 24 over 480. Okay, So angle ADC will be equals to sine inverse 1058.46 sine 24 over 480. Okay, that will be equals to sine inverse answer fraction over 480 sine 24. Okay, equals to 63.754. Okay, but what is wrong with this answer is that we see, like I told you, this is important, right? Because they tell us that this is obtuse. Okay, so I already took note of that. So that means that the 67.643 is not the right answer. Okay, because our calculator only shows us one answer. Okay, we need to be able to know that there's actually another answer, which is 180 minus. Okay, 63.754. So which is 63.8 degree 1 dp, but this answer we have to reject. Okay, or 180 minus, so that will be 116.245. Okay, right, which is equals to, okay, 11 point, okay, this is not the answer, so okay, we can hold on to it. This is 116.245. Okay, which makes this angle, right, angle DAC, right, so this one is not even the main character. Okay, so angle DAC is 180 minus 116.24 minus 24. All right, so 180 minus 39.754, 39, okay, I'm not going to round off yet. Okay, so then the bearing of D from C, so the bearing of D from C is equals to 360 minus 39.754 minus 24. All right, yep. Okay, so 360 minus, okay, 296.245, which rounds off to 296.2 degree, 1 decimal place. Answer. Okay, C. CT goes for a jog in the park at a speed of 9.5 km per hour. Okay, she starts at A, jogs around the edge to B, then C, then directly back to A. Calculate the time it takes her to jog this route. Give your answer in hours, in minutes and seconds, correct to the nearest 10 seconds. So she start from A, go to B, go to C, then back to A. Isn't that a giveaway question, right? Like this for 3 marks. Okay, so this is actually pretty straightforward, right? Okay, so 660 plus 480 plus 1058.63, is it? Wait, let me check. Oh, 0.46. Okay, equals to, oh, 950, not 480. Okay, almost make a mistake. Plus 950. Okay, so that is equals to 660 plus 950 plus 1058.46. Okay, so 266.846 meter. Okay, now then take note that the speed is given in kilometer per hour. So I would like to change my distance into 2.6684 kilometer. All right, okay, just for the sake of it. Okay, so calculate time. So DST. Okay, time is distance divided by speed. So distance, time taken is equals to 2.66846 divided by 9.5. Okay, so divide by 1000, divide by, oops, wait, okay, 2.66846 over 9.5 equals to 0.28089 kilometer, hour. Okay, but they want the answer in minutes and seconds, so that would be equals to 16 minutes. Okay, 51 seconds. Since they want to round off, so that is 16 minutes 50 seconds answer. Okay, nearest 10 seconds, right? Okay, question 5. A shape is in the shape of a cone on a stem. Okay, the diameter of the glass of the top of the glass is 11 cm. The height of the cone is 8 cm. The thickness is negligible. Calculate the curved surface area of the inside of the glass. Now, whether is it inside or outside, since the thickness is negligible, the inside is the same as the outside, basically, right? Okay, so curved surface area, the formula is actually given to us, right? That curved surface area is equals to pi RL. Okay, so where L is the slanted length over here. Okay, so since this is a symmetrical cone, we can say that this is 8 and the radius is 5.5. So you can see from the image that I draw, right, that this is actually right angle. This is 5.5. So L is equals to square root of 5.5 square plus 8 square. Okay, square root 5.5 square plus 8 square. That is 9.708. Okay, cm. All right, now, and then the surface area will just be pi RL will be pi times 5.5 times 9.7082 equals to times 5.5 times pi 167.746 168 centimeter cube 3SF. Okay, now B. Amir pours water into the glass. The surface of the water is 2 cm below the top of the glass. Okay, Amir thinks that the glass is filled to 75% of its total capacity. Explain why he is wrong. Okay, it's only 1 mark. Okay, a lot of things to do for 1 mark, right? Because this is 8. Remember, the original is 8. Okay, now you need to be able to see this as a similar triangle. Okay, similar triangle like this, right? Okay, my image not drawn to scale, huh? Okay, so the similar triangle is that this is 2 cm, which means that the small triangle, this is the small triangle, is 6 cm. The big triangle is actually 8 cm. Okay, to 8 cm. Huh? So L1 over L2 is equals to 6 out of 8, which is 3 out of 4. Well, 3 out of 4 is technically 75%, but why is it wrong? Because when we are talking about capacity, we are talking about volume. So V1 over V2 equals to 3/4 cube equals to 27 over 64. Okay, so 27 over 64 times 100 equals to 42.1875. Explain why he is wrong. You can literally just write down the working as such, right? L1, L2 equals to 3/4. Okay, and then V1, V2 is equals to 27 over 64. Now, you can add in a little bit, a little bit much for part 1 mark is that only 42.1875% of the cup is filled. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, that's the second part, right? So I guess leaving here is good enough, right? Okay, so 42.2%, if you want to round it off, right? 42.2% for 3SF. Okay. Now, Amir pours the water from this glass into a second glass. Pour water from this glass into a second glass. The second glass is in the shape of a cylinder. The depth is 2.5 cm. Calculate the radius. Now, then we need to know what is the volume, right? Okay, so volume of the cup is up to 6 cm. Okay, but we never really calculate the radius, okay, which we don't need actually, right? Because we just need to find the total capacity of the glass in the first place. So the capacity of glass is equals to 1/3 pi times 11 square, 5.5 square times 8. Okay, so that will be 1/3 times pi times 5.5 squared times 8. 253.4218. Okay, that's the capacity. But we are only for the 2.1875 field. So multiplied by, okay, so 253.4218 multiplied by 27/64. Okay, so the volume of water that we had was 106.912 centimeter cube. Now, cylindrical is like that. Cylinder. Volume of a cylinder is equals to pi r square h. Okay, so 106.912 is equals to pi times pi r square times 2.5. Okay, so this answer we are going to divide by pi and then divide by 2.5. And then we are going to square root. So r equals to 3.6895. So 3.69 cm. Okay, let's take a look at this question. A, B, C are points on the circle with center O. D and E are points of the circle with center P. B, F, E, and C, F, D are tangents to both circles. B, F, E, okay, and C, E, F. CFD, sorry, okay, are tangents to both circle. So let's focus on this part, right? If I'm a tangent to the circle and tangent to the circle down here, okay, so that means these two lines are equal, right? Because they meet at this external point over here, okay? Now, similarly, tangent over here, okay, and tangent over here also meet at F, right? So this is also equal in length, okay? And lastly, right, is this angle is vertically opposite angle. Therefore, these two triangles will be congruent by SAS, all right? So show that triangle BDF is congruent to triangle CEF. We can say BF, okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? So we can say that BF, right? BF is equals to CF. Okay, cause why? Tangent at external points are equal. Okay, then we have DF equals to EF. DF is 2, 3 is equals to EF. Same reasoning, right? Tangent at external points of tangent, right? Okay, then lastly, angle BFD is equals to angle BCFE, right? Vertically opposite angles. Therefore, congruent by SAS, congruency test. Okay? Okay, part 2. Find angle OAB equals to X. OAB equals to X. This angle is X. Find in terms of X angle OBC. Okay, so this is also X. This is a diameter, right? So diameter will make this angle ABC, to be 90 degree, right? So therefore OBC will be 90 minus X. Okay, find angle DPE. Oops, DPE, this angle down here. Well, in terms of x, so that's going to be a long run, right? So this is 90 minus x. This is 90 minus x. So that makes this angle to be 2x. All right. So then this angle will be 180 minus 2x. All right. Cause this is 90 degree, cause this is 90 degree. Okay. So this will be 180 minus 2x. Therefore, this is 90, this is 90, therefore this will be 2x. Okay, so this is just 2x. All right. Okay, part B. The diagram shows a circle, centered K, radius 12, right? 12 and 12. Okay. Angle LKM equals to 1.8 radian. Okay, calculate the length of the major arc LM. So they are looking for this part over here. So if this is 1.8 radian, the remaining angle will be 2 pi minus 1.8. Okay, arc length formula is given. Arc is equals to r theta. Okay, so radius is 12. Theta will be 2 pi minus 1.8. Okay, 2 pi minus 1.8, that is 2 pi minus 1.8 times 12, right? So 53.798, which is equals to 53.8 cm. Okay, calculate the percentage of the circle that is shaded. All right. Okay, so the shaded is only the segment. So the segment, okay, of the circle, right? So first, let's find out what is the area of circle. Area of circle is equals to pi r squared. So pi times 12 squared, 144 pi. Okay, let's evaluate that later. So for now, this is good enough, right? So the shaded segment is sector minus triangle. Okay, so the sector area is equals to half r squared theta. So that is half times 12 squared times 1.8. Okay, half times 12 squared times 1.8. Okay, that is 129.6 centimeter square. Okay, triangle is half times 12 sine 1.8. Now take note over here, because we evolve trigonometry over here, we have to change our calculator to radian mode. Okay, so half times 12 sine 1.8. Okay, so that is equals to 70.117. Okay, so now shaded. Okay, so we want to find percent shaded. Okay, is equals to 129.6 minus 70.117 over 144 pi times 100%. Okay, minus 70.117 divided by 144 pi times 100%. So 13.148, 13.1%. Okay. Okay, 50 students will each ask how many movies they have watched in the last month. The results are shown in the table below. Okay, the mean number of movies watched was 2.68. Find the values of P and of Q, right? So over here, this frequency must add up to 50. All right, so that means P plus Q must be equals to 50 minus 10 minus 13 minus 9 minus 6 minus the 2 equals to 10. Okay, so that is my first equation. Or P plus Q must be equals to 10. Okay, now here will be a little bit trickier. We have to deal with the mean. All right, so mean number of movie watched is the total movies divided by number of people. Okay, so that will be P times 0 plus 10 times 1, 13 times 2, 9 times 3, 6 times 4, 5 times Q, 2 times 6 divided by 50. Okay, and that will be equals to 2.68. Okay, so that will be equals to 10 times 10 plus 26 plus 27 plus 24 plus 12, right? 99. So 99 plus 5Q over 50 equals to 2.68. So 2.68 times 50, 134. So 99 plus 5Q equals to 134. 5Q equals to minus 99. 134 minus 99 is 35. So Q equals to 7. Okay, so since Q equals to 7, therefore P equals to 10 minus 7 equals to 3. So 3 and 7. Okay, calculate the standard deviation. Standard deviation is equals to, okay, just key calculator, a mode, stats, shift stats, okay, data, right? So 3, okay, so shift stats, calculate. Okay, so SD equals to, where's my SD? Here, right? 1.592. Okay, so it's 1.5929, right? So that is 1.59 3SF. Okay, so since only one mark, okay, it's okay. Okay, C. 50 adults were also asked how much movie they have watched in the last month. The results are summarized in the table below. The mean is 2.0. The standard deviation is 1.92. Make two comparisons between the number of movies watched by the adults and the children. Okay, so on average, okay, the children watch more movies as the mean of 2.68 is higher than 2.04. Okay, what else? The standard deviation is how much again? 1.59, right? So standard deviation for children, okay, is lower, okay, thus more consistent. Okay. Okay, question. Okay. Right. A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. A is the point -7, -1. B is the point -4 and 5. BC is 8, -2. Find the length of the line AB. Now here we need to take note. If they mention A is the point set -7, -1, okay, we need to understand that that means that OA equals to -7, -1. B is the point -4 and 5. So OB is equals to -4 and 5, right? So AB, the vector AB will be equals to AO plus OB. So that will be equals to 7, 1 plus -4 and 5. So that will be 3, 6. Okay, but we are supposed to find the length of the line AB. So length is the same as magnitude. So length of AB is equals to square root 3 squared plus 6 squared. okay? So square root 45, okay? 6.71 unit, okay? Right. Okay, find the equation of the line CD. Okay, so OA, so let's try to visualize this. AB is 3, 6, so A move 3 unit, move 6 unit up, so B, right? Okay, this is a vector 3, 6. And B to C is 8, negative 2, so it shrink down, okay, but longer, so C, right? Something like that. Okay, so D will be somewhere over here. Okay, find the equation of the line CD. Okay, so the parallelogram probably looks something like this. Okay, so equation of a line must be y equals to mx plus c. All right, so we want to figure out. Okay, so to figure out, we need the coordinate of c. Okay, so how to get the coordinate of c? So we get OC. OC will be OB plus BC. Okay, that will be equals to OB is negative 4 and 5. BC is 8, negative 2. So it's 4 and 3. Okay, so that means the coordinate of C is 4 and 3. Okay, so that's settled. Now, in order to find the gradient, right? The gradient of AB is the same as gradient of CD. So gradient of AB is equals to AB is 3, 6, right? So 6 over 3 equals to 2. Therefore, gradient of CD is also equals to 2. Okay. Now, then we can do y equals to mx plus c. Okay. 3 equals to 2 bracket 4 plus c. So c equal negative 5. Therefore, answer y equals to 2x minus 5. Okay. Y equals to. Okay. X is the point where the diagonals of the parallelogram intersect. Find XC. Okay, so XC is over here. Okay, so this is the midpoint of AC. Okay, so AM, okay, is equals to, sorry, X, not M. Okay, so XC is equals to AM. AM equals to half AC. Okay, AC is equals to AB plus BC. Okay, so AB is 3, 6 plus BC is what's BC? 8, negative 2. Okay, so that's 11 and 4. Okay, so AX is equals to XC is equals to half AC. So that is equals to 5.5 and 2. Right? Find the position vector of X. Position vector of X meaning I want OX. Okay, so since I already know what is XC and I know OC, OX can be just OC plus CX. Okay, OC was 4 and 3. Okay, and CX will be the reverse of XC, so negative 5.5, negative 2. So we end up with negative 1.5 and 1. Answer. Okay, question 9. A bag contains n amount of balls. 21 of the balls are blue and the rest are pink. Okay, Leon takes two balls from the bag at random without replacement. Complete the tree diagram. Okay, so this will be pink would be n minus 21 over n, right? Okay, So then if we pick another, we will have n minus 21 over n minus 1. So here will be n minus 1, n minus 1. Okay, blue will be 21. Here will be n minus 22. Okay. The probability that Leon takes 2 pink ball is 1 out of 8. Write down information and show that it simplifies to this. So pink and pink. So it's a stacked probability, right? So n minus 21 over n multiplied by n minus 22 over n minus 1 equals to 1 out of 8. Okay, so let's cross multiply. So we'll have 8n n minus 1 equals to n minus 21 n minus 22. Oh wait, sorry, the other way around. Okay, so 8n minus 21 n minus 22 equals to n bracket n minus 1. Okay, so expand, we'll have 8 n squared minus 21 minus 43n plus 21 times 22 plus 462 equals to n squared minus n. Okay, so 8n squared minus 43 times 8, 344 n, 462 times 8, okay, plus 3696 equals to n squared minus n. Bring over 7n squared minus 343n plus 3696 equals 0. Now, they say show that it simplifies to this, so we are assuming that it can divide by 7. So n squared minus 49n, okay, plus 528 equals to 0. Shown. Okay. Okay, solve the equation, right? Solve the equation. A equals to 1, B equals negative 49, C equals to 528. Okay, so n equals to negative 49 plus minus square root, okay, negative 49 squared minus 4ac over 2 bracket 1. Okay, but because this is probability, right, the n should be a nice number. So mode, let's see what's the value, a1, negative 49 and 528. Okay, so equals to 16 or 33. So both of them are whole number, both of them are positive numbers. Okay, but let's take a look. Can n be equals to 16? Cannot, because n over here, right, must be more than 21 in the first place. Therefore, 16 has to be rejected. Okay, but here we don't reject yet, Okay, here they say explain why one of the solution in part C must be rejected, because n must be more than 21. Okay. Okay, find in the fraction in the simplest form probability that Leon takes 1 blue and 1 pink. So that is over here, right? Blue, pink. So that is this probability, okay, and this probability. All right. So that is 21 out of 33 multiplied by 12 out of 32. Is it? Okay, and 33 minus 21, so 12 of 32, correct. Okay, then plus, okay, 12 out of 33 multiplied by 21 out of 32. So that will be equals to 21 over 33 times 12 over 32. Whole thing times 2. Okay, so 21 over 44. Okay, let's look at the last question. Okay, Ying is going to study in London for a year. She needs to work out how much money in Singapore dollars she will need to cover her living expenses. She find the information below to help her work out her expenses. The costs are all given in pounds, right? Okay, the exchange rate between pounds and Singapore dollar changes each day. The graph shows the daily exchange rate for January. Okay, okay, write down the exchange rate between pounds and Singapore dollar on 15 January, dollar per pound. Right. Okay, let me just read through. Okay, January 15 is over here, right? Okay, so what is this? Okay, no. January 15 is over here. Okay, so this is 1.824. Okay, so equals to 1.824. Okay, so part 2. Ying wants to convert her weekly accommodation cost to dollars. Okay, use the graph to work out the difference between the greatest and the least possible weekly accommodation cost in dollars. Give your answer to the nearest cents. Okay, so if the exchange rate is high, right, that would not be good. If the exchange rate is low, that will be good. Okay, so you can see that the lowest is over here. Okay, this is 1.246, 1.796 versus the highest is this, which is 1.86. Okay, right? Her accommodation cost is 217. So 217 multiplied by the difference of 1.86 minus 1.796. Okay, so that would be 217 bracket 1.86 minus 1.796. Okay, $13.88 or 888. So $13.89. Okay. Oh, this is one step for 3 marks. Okay, we'll take it. Right, B. Ying's parents will give her an allowance in dollars to cover her total costs, including accommodation and travel. She must tell them how much money she will need for the year. Her parents adds an extra 15% to cover any extra costs. Ying find this information about exchange rate over the past 2 years. Alright. Okay, suggest a suitable amount in dollars for Ying parents to give her for the year. Justify any decision you made and show your calculations clearly, right? So, okay, let's see. Okay, so we go back to the front first, right? So her accommodation is 217 per week. She needs it for how long again? 1 year. Okay, she will need for the year. So 1 year, did they say 1 year is how many? Oh, wow, they didn't say. So we have to assume, right? Okay, I mean, we have to use a little bit of general knowledge down here, is that 1 year is actually equals to 52 weeks. correct? So accommodation 217 per week, student pass $56 per month, so 1 year is also 12 months. Okay, item cost per week $60, personal item 57, 25, 15. Okay, so these are all per week, so we can add them together with the weekly cost, correct? So we can take first step 52 multiplied by 217 plus 60 plus 57 plus 25 plus 15. Okay, that will be equals to 217 plus 60 plus 57 plus 25 plus 15. Okay, 19448. Okay, and then she will need a student pass of $56.90 per month. So 56.90 times 12 equals to 682.80. All right, then okay, that's all right. Okay, so she must tell them how much she will need, okay, for the year. So actually, right, this is how much she will need for the year. Okay, so 19448 plus 682.8. Okay, so that will be total needed equals to 20130.8. Okay, now, but the thing is, okay, the parents is in Singapore, she's in what was that, in London, right? So we need to look at the monthly exchange rate. Okay, so this is the record for the past 2 years. So you can see that at over here, okay, this is 0.5. Okay, this is the peak interest rate, and this is the lowest interest, exchange rate. So over here, this is the last 2 years, right? Okay, we cannot just assume that it's going to be very high, or we cannot not assume that it's going to be very low. So you can see that it touches this point, this point, this point, right? This point. So we say that around this timing of the year is pretty much the average. Okay, so we can take this line and say that, oh, this one looks good to be a value to be used, right? This is 0.56. Okay, so we're going to use 0.56 lah, huh? Okay, use 0.56 pound per dollar as average. Okay, so that means we'll need 20130.8 divided by 0.56. Okay, so divide by 0.56. So that means that the parents will need to transfer her 35,947.86, okay, Singapore dollars. Okay, but that's still not all, right? Because the parents wants to give her extra 15% to cover any additional costs. So we'll take this amount, 35,947.86 multiplied by 1.15. Okay. Okay, 73. Oh, that's. Wait, did I key twice or something? Wait, 20130.8 divided by 0.56 times 1.15. Okay, so that is equals to 41340. Okay. Um, okay, that will be